In this video, I'll be talking about Newton's second law of rotation. So, this is the extension of Newton's second law of motion. So, in Newton's second law of motion, we have seen that rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to force, especially external force applied, right? So in terms of formula, I can write F external is equal to dp by dt, right? So initially, at least, this is the proportionality, but later on we found that this proportionality will be removed and constant is 1. So this will give you dp upon dt. So this is the analogy of Newton's second law of motion. So in rotation, we know that rotation, instead of force, torque is much more important quantity, and that too about particular point O. So torque about point O will be dLO by dt. LO is the angular momentum about point O. So in terms of theory, I can write rate of change of angular momentum about point O is directly proportional to the torque applied. And when we are talking torque, this is external torque applied. Okay, so similar to the point which we had seen earlier. So now we can actually further extend this one in order to find a very important relation. So we know that angular momentum about any point O will be r cross p, where r is the position vector, p is the linear momentum, right? So torque is given by dl upon dt, which is nothing else r cross p. Now you know, in differentiation, this is the first function, this is the second function. So initially first is constant, so r cross dp upon dt, plus now first function was constant, differentiation of the second function. Now second function will be constant, differentiation of first function cross second function, right? Now here this torque will be is equal to what? This dp by dt, we have already seen this is nothing else F. So this will become r cross F, plus this is going to be velocity, and momentum can be written as mv. So this is r cross F, plus m can be written outside, and this is v cross v. Now you know that v cross v, V cross V is going to be 0 because V into V sine 0 and n cap. So obviously if you apply the cross formula in vectors, this will be 0. So now interestingly we are achieving here, we are obtaining a very important relation, that torque about a point O is equal to R cross F. Okay, and which is the actual definition of torque, R cross F. And also simultaneously we can write torque about point O is equal to dl by dt LO, and we know that this LO is what? This is I about that point into omega. You know that if omega is constant, if I is constant, because moment of inertia doesn't change, so this will be d omega by dt, and this will become I into alpha. Of course this I is IO about that point, so torque about I into alpha. Okay, so here this alpha is the angular acceleration which is given by d omega by dt. Okay, so for the magnitude purpose, for the magnitude in equation, if you wanted to apply, you can write torque is equal to I naught into alpha about any point. Similarly you can write about the point center of mass, then you can utilize ICM into alpha. Okay, so now let us have one question which is on the application of this Newton's second law of rotation. So we will apply certain type of example in a question. Let us have a pulley which is having mass, let's say m, and radius is equal to r, and pulley is in the shape of solid cylinder. Okay, so if this is in the shape of solid cylinder, and suppose that there is a mass m which is hanging from the help of a rope. Now we released the mass m. So find out the acceleration of the block after some time. Correct? So this type of question, and the assumption is simple here. Assume no slipping between pulley and the rope. Correct? So this is our question. So if you draw the FBD here, there will be mg force and there will be certainly tension here. Let us take acceleration is a. Then for the dynamics we can write mg minus t is equal to m into a. Let's say this is equation number 1. And now you know that you cannot solve this equation with only this one equation, so you need to write something for the pulley. So for the pulley, this is the center of mass of the pulley. Then for the pulley, if you draw the FBD, there will be mg force, okay, and there will be T tension. So for this pulley, let us draw the diagram separately. So mg force is here, there is a T tension. So let us assume that pulley is also rotating with angular acceleration alpha. So you know that acceleration of this point P, AP will be simply alpha into r. If the radius is r, then A will be is equal to alpha r. And we know that this rope is having acceleration A, so AP will be is equal to A. So both are not having any kind of slipping, so A will be is equal to alpha r. Now for rotation, we can apply torque about center of mass is equal to ICM into alpha. Now if you see that torque about center of mass, so mg of the pulley is passing from that point, so that would not create any torque. Tension is creating certain torque, which is T into R, and obviously in clockwise direction, because this tension is trying to pull this pulley like this in this direction of the alpha, which is clockwise. So ICM, we know that this is a solid cylinder. So for a solid cylinder, I center of mass is nothing else mr square by 2, like a disc. So mr square by 2 into alpha. So from here we get T is equal to Vr is equal to mr square by 2 alpha. We can substitute, instead of alpha we can substitute A by R. So this is A by R, this R and R is cancelled out, this R and R is cancelled out. So we achieved important relation, T is equal to m A by 2. And once I achieved using this relation, we can substitute the value of T in equation number 1. So this will be mg minus ma by 2 is equal to ma. So this is 3 by 2 ma is equal to mg. This m and m is cancelled out. So simply A is equal to 2g by 3 meter per second square. So this is the technique to solve such questions. Okay. Yeah. So I believe such type of questions can be easily solved in your examination if they will be asked in NEET. And conceptually, I believe that you are pretty clear. Okay.